5 undeniable signs that he is in love with you. Hey, I'm Antje Boyd, and I've been magnetizing man expert for 10 years and married to my dream husband, Brody, for 8. So let's go ahead and dive right into the undeniable signs that he is in love with you. Number 5 is I got like random talk. Do you find yourself wondering why is this man reaching out to me all the time? And why is he basically talking about nothing? Right? Why is he wasting my time talking about his pet that he took to the vet? And no, I'm not a rapper. You're just like, what is going on with this guy? Like, it just seems like so random, and there's no reason behind it, and there's no strategy behind it. Well, have you ever considered that it could be that he is truly interested in you? Girlfriend, listen up, buttercup. If a man just reaches out randomly, right, especially the more masculine he is, it truly means something. Because a masculine man doesn't have any time to waste. He is efficient in his actions. And if he reaches out to you and you're like, that's like so not efficient, right? Like, well, maybe there is a silent payoff of that. And the silent payoff for him, maybe because he is in love with you. Okay, like keep that in mind, because you could actually get annoyed and make the opposite story. Look, I just talked to a client today and I said, look, you have the right data, but you're making up the wrong story around the right data. Stop doing that. Like, see, what else could this potentially mean, even if it doesn't make any sense? Look, love, feelings, emotions, they are not linear. They are what I call circular. They don't make sense. They don't follow a logical sequence. So girlfriend, try it out and let me know in the comment section. Number 4 is the last text of the day. Now, this is very interesting, right? Because I see this with my clients a lot. When they are recovering because they were an anxious, avoidant, attachment style, right? I know recover is like such a horrible word, right? But like once they start to integrate more into the secure attachment style, right, they find themselves like being almost like put off by men. Or like, ooh, like he sent me the last text of the day. I almost feel like suffocated, right? And the reality is, well, that could actually be because he's truly interested in you, right? It doesn't mean that he's anxious. It doesn't mean that he's needy. It just means, hey, little quality control has never hurt anyone. And so he just wants to make sure, are you still in a good place? Are you emotionally there? Are we connected, right? And so why would he do such a thing? Well, because he cares. Look, men find themselves doing like weird, strange things that they normally don't do when they're truly in love with you, when they have feelings for you. And I truly believe that's why men are, for example, in the first place, scared to fall in love, because they're like, oh my God, I don't want to act like an idiot. I don't want to lose control over myself and my friends like looking at me and saying like, dude, like, who are you? I don't even recognize you anymore, right? That can be so scary. So if he sends the last text of the day, that may be the biggest compliment you could ever receive. Number 3 is he goes social media public. And I mean, I've really got to say something about that. One of my friends, lots of clients, but also girlfriends too, who date like, even like more public figures. You could say famous people, but I could say more reality TV famous people, right? Sort of like bachelorette kind of famous people, right? And so, I'm like, I don't care how much he proclaims his love to you. If he doesn't want to go public on social media, why not? Because when a man is really in love with you, he wants to shout it from the rooftops. I really believe like if he keeps things private, right, there's oftentimes like a doubt around it, right? There's like, just in case it doesn't work out, I don't want to look funny, like a funny bunny, right? So just going to keep things to myself, I don't want to look like an idiot. However, that's the thing, right? You see there's like a little parts conflict. You always want to look out for, now you don't want to like look out for it, but you want to be aware of it when you meet a man, right? does this guy have a parts conflict? Oftentimes I have clients come to me and I say like, well, on the one hand, the man said, he likes me and he loves me and I'm the best thing since sliced bread. But on the other hand, he's like, but I don't want to, move in now, or I don't want to get married now, or I don't want to get on a vacation, or whatever it is, right? And it's like perfect classic parts conflict, right? And you may wonder, like, why in the heck would he do that, right? And of course, the reason why he does that is because most often he is a dismissive, avoidant attachment style, right? He is very confused. He's conflicted about commitment, about his emotions, about how safe it is to express his emotions, right? So when he doesn't want to go public on social media, and had one girlfriend and she broke up with a guy from The Bachelor, right? Because he just wasn't going public with her, right? She's like, see ya, because who cares? Like who cares what all your words are? And of course, she's now happily engaged to a man of her dreams. So like all of that is like, really a sign, like, keep your eyes open. Don't listen for excuses. I call it, I need to wash my hamster's hair syndrome. Like, don't listen to that, right? It's almost like embarrassing. I'm almost like wondering, like, why are guys doing that? It's like kind of embarrassing. Like, they're smart guys, right? It's kind of, it would be almost better off not saying anything, but they do it anyways. So we don't always know the rhyme or reason why men do things or they don't do things. And again, the worst thing you can do is get into your head, because I always say, get into your head, you're dead. Get into your heart, you're smart, right? Do yourself a favor, girlfriend. Become more embodied, take an extra breath, and sometimes take it also with a grain of salt or some humor. Number 2 is he loves your shadows. And this has to be one of my favorite points. I should have said that in the title section, right? And the reason why is because it is so, like, not really explained well, like not really explored well. So I want to actually start in the beginning. So what in the heck is a shadow? It is what I love about this video. So I get to talk about anything because I can explain it more. So a shadow is essentially a quality that you judge inside of yourself. So it could be when you meet a man, you tell yourself, well, he loves me right now, but wait until he finds out that I am fill in the blank. So it could be, wait until he finds out that I'm needy, right? Or that I'm clingy, or that I'm selfish, or that I'm stupid, or that I'm arrogant, or whatever, right? So there is going to be a quality that you feel like, I'm just going to do whatever I can for this guy to never find out, like, what is happening, but it's a shadow. And the funny part is, what I see over and over again, right, is that the men, when they truly fall in love with you, they actually fall in love with your shadow. They actually love that because it's part of who you are. It's part of your authenticity, right? So for example, part of my shadow was like being needy, okay? So in 2010, I was dating this guy and he was starting to fall in love with me. And it ended up not working out because we're not compatible for a long-term vision reason. But like, you're starting to fall in love with me. But he told me like, like you're like a little too needy and whatever, right? And, I'm like, yeah, that's me. When we have a shadow, it's like, you can't fight against that. You have it. You have to do whatever you can to own it, to be proud of it, but also not to become passive aggressive about it and to justify and be like, yeah, but, or like, no, I mean, and no, don't go into an excuse making and to collapsing and to justify. No, you don't. No. The truth is there's something needy about you, or the truth is you want to take up space, right? The truth is you want to speak up, right? The truth is you want to feel seen and be famous, or whatever the case may be. There's nothing wrong with that, right? So you actually want to like really own whatever that shadow is inside of yourself. So anyways, when a man falls in love with you, he's gonna love that, because this guy was telling me like, oh no, I just totally love it. I love that you're affectionate and all the things, right? And it's because he was falling in love with me. And of course, my husband loved that I had, that I could be angry, right? I'd be like, oh, I have like this rage monster inside of myself. And wait until he finds that out. Then it's all going to be over. Then it's going to all blow up. You know, so same thing again, right? But he actually like loved it because it also gave him permission to explore like where could there be like an emotional suppression inside of himself. So keep that in mind. He loves your shadows. Show it. Women always come to me and say, you know, I want to be seen and accepted and appreciated for all of who I am. And my question is, well, are you showing all of who you are so that he can actually appreciate it? Number one is he's proud to introduce you to his friends and family. And, you know, it kind of goes, this saying goes by itself, right? But it's just like it's true, right? He's so, like, he wants to show you off. He also wants to feel the joy that he feels inside of himself and share that with his friends, and wants to like feel it more magnified inside of himself when his friends, his family know about you. And also, he's able to put future images in his mind that then produce more joy inside of himself, or safety, or whatever he wants to feel, feeling connected, right, excited, and all of these things. So one thing to look out for, right, is he hiding from friends or family? Look, I was dating this guy back in, I don't even know, 2007, let's say, right? And so he was just, I never met his friends really. It was so weird. It was always like this weird like overlap, like the friends were leaving, I was coming. It was kind of strange, you know what I mean? But then when I dated the next guy, right, he introduced me to his friends. We went to the movies together. His best friend and the girlfriend of his best friend came with us. And, you know, I met the grandma because the mom was already dead, unfortunately, right? And the dad lived in a different country and so on. You know, so he was like proud, right? He's like, I want to introduce you. I want you to meet my family. I want you to know my environment. I want you to be so connected with me. I want to share everything with you. I want to share who I am with you, right? And so keep that in mind as well. Like if a man comes up with excuses why he can't introduce you to his friends, because he's running out of time, or he's busy that weekend and the friends are not available, the friends need to wash the hamster's hair. So whatever the case may be mindful of those excuses. Now, finally, if you don't know where you stand with all of this and you really want to attract a man into your life who you feel safe with, but also you're excited by, girlfriend, I get it. Take our free love quiz at getlovequiz.com, or you can also click the link now in the description, or the comments below. Lots of love, and I will talk to you in the next video. Take care. Bye bye.